That original skeleton graphic, we got told that we couldn't use that graphic and that would never sell. So when we started LiveTech, we put that on every board we made and put it out there and said, this thing will sell.
That second year of building canoes, I said, I hope someday to get to the size where we build 1,000 boards a year. So that was the goal. Someday get big enough to build 1,000 boards a year.
Sounds like a lot, actually.
Yeah. And now we have some days where we hit that a day.
For me, an aha moment was riding up the chair and we went, we're gonna put rocker between the feet, but in a full length board in the mainstream middle of the snowboard market, just right in the wheelhouse, and you're going to step on the bindings on the inserts and you're going to get full contact with a little bit of tip pressure, but it's going to be pre-arced. At that moment on the chair, I knew we'd done it already right then and we hadn't even built it. Before we got to ride the prototypes, I had to write the entire brochure, exactly how it was going to do, what it was going to do in powder, how it was going to jib, how it was going to ride hard pack, how it was going to carve. Mike and I had to present it to the sales reps, not having ridden it, and say, hey, this is how it's going to work. This is what it is. It's called the Skate Banana. You guys are going to love it. Here.
We're just getting traction with the retailers with Magnet Traction. And now all of a sudden we come to SIA with Skate Banana. Retailers were just laughing at us. Competitors were laughing. They thought it was a joke.
I knew it passed.
Bananas.
Come I think it was November or something.
December,
we finally got the prototypes built. They gave them to me to test the first one. I sat in my room for 2 days because I was afraid to ride it. I was like, what if it doesn't do what we said it was going to do? And then I went up to Ski Acres and I got off the lift and I rode down and it hooked up and did a perfect arc, and I stopped and buckled in, and every turn was better than the next. I ran into Jesse Burton that day and he said it was the best jib board he'd ever ridden. And I called Temple the day after that and he came up and rode it and he loved the way it carved. And then I knew we had two dudes that were backing it besides me. And then
we believed in it so much between December and end of January that we threw it in a bunch of lines. To be honest, I really can't think of a path we went down and it didn't work. So it is interesting. The track record's about as close as you can get to 100% as far as ideas in shapes. They've worked, and yet, when we come up with a new idea, there's a whole lot more skeptics than there are believers, that's for sure. And you kind of just have to have thick skin, and you kind of giggle inside just watching everyone be skeptics.
Through a lot of tough situations, we just had that relentless drive to figure out how to make it work no matter what. I think that's part of what's been, both of us have just been completely committed to board sports and building boards.
It was the most tech piece of equipment, but didn't work well at all at a resort.
A whole collection of torch songs, and still you got no fire. Here's to onwards and sideways. It's out with the old and in with the new.
There was no snowboarding. We called it surfing on snow. There's even a mention in one of our first ad. We called it gravity travel. We were trying to pioneer something. We were trying to be clever. In the mid-70s, skateboarding was just blowing up. I mean, it was so big. This product idea looked like it should already exist. There ought to be thousands of 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds having fun with this right now. Where is it? Well, let's make it. Let's do it. The way I was getting my thrills in 1975 was commuting to work on my 10-speed. I lived on 14th Street. I rode up to Central Park at 59th Street. My dad got Ski Magazine. In the corner of the page was a What's New? And there was a picture of a woman. It describes that she's snow surfing, and Dimitrije Milovich makes these boards, and there was a dress in Utah. And so I wrote to him. So I said, hey, how about if we maybe do a trade? I'll work up some designs for logos for your product, and you could make me a board. It would have been 1976, and I went out to visit Dimitrije and Renee, and we did some boarding. I made a couple turns, and I was completely intoxicated. We just shook hands, and I said, I'll be back.
We were blessed with powder. We didn't even have to think about hardback. Although some of these early boards over here, you'll see all had steel edges 15 years ago, and some of them were actually aimed for hardback, but only in an emergency sort of way when you had to cross the trails. This was a pretty interesting board. I think this is one of the first boards that actually flexed. Yeah, you can hear it. And I remember one of the hardest things about building the board was finding aquarium gravel in all the rainbow colors. There we go, 75. The first truly flexible board was Snap.
I think it was just pure passion, mixed in with the idea of like, this is going to be big, this is going to be hot, a lot of people are going to love this. I know Dimitrije had a very positive feeling that this was going to be a great opportunity.
And the idea was you put your foot into the strap, you were on there.
He was completely invested in it. All of his time, all of his attention, all of his engineering genius was applied to this quest. We'd have our hiking boots, and you'd make a set of stairs. It was a lot of work. And you look at your tracks, and you look at the little snake line of tracks, and say, okay, I'm not going to screw this up. Okay, and you get ready, and you get set, and you feel your weight, and you feel your feet, and I'm ready. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be good, and it's going to be fun, and I'm not going to screw up. And sometimes that worked.
So that first impulse led to the idea that, yeah, maybe you can surf on snow.
We had our hands full trying to make product. We had our hands full trying to stay alive.
Winterstick をそのフィルムで見ていたけども、見た瞬間にもっとこういう風に板を